Yo, what's up YouTube? I'm Max. This is my affirmation video. It's my affirmation journal of a book I've been copying called The Power of Now. Like I said, I've written everything here. This is just my affirmations from the book The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. God's Spiritual Enlightenment. Power of Now. Eckhart Tolle, the God's Spiritual Enlightenment. And I have everything written here, and I'm Max, and I hope you listen. This is Beyond Happiness, and unhappiness there is peace. This is chapter 9. The higher good beyond good and bad. Is there a difference between happiness and inner peace? Yes, happiness depends on conditions being perceived. It's positive and inner peace is not. Is it possible to try positive conditions into your life? If your attitude and thinking are always positive and you don't manifest only positive events and situations, wouldn't it be? Do you truly know what is positive and negative? Do you have a total picture? There have many people who formed and I can't even stand it. Limitations, failure, fear, loss, or pain, or whatever form, turned out to be their greatest teacher. It taught them to let go of false images and superficial ego, dictated goals and desires, and it gave them depth, humility, compassion, real feelings, real energy. It made them more real. And whenever anything negative happens to you, there is a deep lesson concealed within it. Although you may not see it at the moment, in the time, and even brief illness or accident can show you what it is to be real and unreal in your life, and ultimately matters and what doesn't matter. Seen in the form of a higher perspective, conditions are always positive. To be more precise, they are neither positive nor negative. They are as they are, and when you live in complete acceptance of what it is, which is only the same way to live, there is no good or bad in your life anymore. There is only a higher good, which includes the bad. Seen from the perspective of the mind, however, there is a good, bad, like, dislike, and hate. And in the book of Genesis, it is said that Adam and Eve were no longer allowed to stay in the paradise when they ate the apple tree of knowledge and good and evil. This sounds to me like a denial of self or deception. When something dreadful happens to me, someone close to me, accident, illness, or some pain of kind of death, I pretend it isn't about the fact, and that remains so sad. So why deny it? You are not pretending to be anything. You are allowing to be as is, and that's all it's allowing to be. And it takes you beyond the mind, which is resistance powers to create the positive and negative polarities. It is an essential aspect of forgiveness. Forgiveness is present here, and here's forgiveness. More is important, and forgiveness is past. More is important is forgiveness. No more important forgiveness. If you forgive in every moment, allow it to be as it is, then there will be no accumulation of resentment that needs to be forgiven. In a later time, remember that you're not here talking about happiness here. For example, when a loved one has just died or you feel your own death approaching, you cannot be happy. It's impossible. Well, you can be at peace. There are many sadness and tears provided for that you have been relinquished and resisted. But underneath the sadness, you will feel a deep serenity, a stillness, sacred peace, presence. This is the diminished pain. This is inner peace, a good thing. And that has been opposite. What if you say the situation, I could do something about it? How can you allow it and then change it at the same time? Do you have to do what you have to do in the meantime? Accept what it is, since in the mind resistance or synonymous acceptance immediately 3 times on the dominance, and this reconnects you with being. As a result, the ego and motivations for doing, fear, greed, control, defending, feeding the false self, and which seems to operate in this intelligence much greater than the mind. It is changes so different, where the consciousness will flow into your doing. Accept whatever comes as a woven and the pattern of your destiny. You could make more briefly, what do you need? This is like written down 2,000 years ago, where Marcus, one of those, was assuming rare humans who possess earthly powers as well as wisdom. It seems that most people need to experience a great deal of suffering before they can relinquish resistance and accept before they forgive. As soon as they do, one of the greatest miracles happens. The awakening of being consciousness through what appears evil and the transmutation of suffering into peace. The ultimate effect of all evil and suffering into peace. Inner peace. The ultimate effect of all evil suffering in the world is the will force humans into realizing that they are not made in form, but this is what is energy of matter, and as we perceive as evil from our limited minds, on the perspective is actually a part of the higher good that has no opposite. This, however, does not become true for you except through forgiveness. Until that happens, every evil has been redeemed, and for it remains evil through the forgiveness, which essentially means recognizing substantially of the past and allowing the present to be as it is. The miracle of transformation happens, and only within and also without. A silent space of intense presence arises from both the world around you, whoever, wherever, enters the field of consciousness and be affected by it, sometimes visibly and immediately, sometimes at a deeper level where visible changes appearing at a later time. You dissolve discord, heal pain, dispel unconsciousness without doing anything, simply by being. And wanting that frequency of intense presence. And that was Beyond Happiness and Unhappiness, There's Peace. It's chapter 9, The Higher Good, Beyond Good and Bad, by Eckhart Tolle, in the book The Power of Now. And that was a guide to spiritual enlightenment. As you guys said, I have everything written. So I appreciate you for listening. I'm Max, and I'm out.